Hey everyone, System 509 here, doing a commentary track for episode 5 of Sonic Ops. As always, I'll be pausing the video whenever I have a chance if I want to talk about something a bit more at length, but until then just sit back, relax, and hopefully I've got some interesting information for you. So let's go. Make it a bit louder. Always support the official release. Oh, okay, this part. So, this whole bit right here, all these extra little thingamabobs, these are all what I call a miniature. These are very small models that I've put here in place of, just in front of the camera really, to try and give the illusion that there's more to this mountain back here than you can tell just by looking. Probably could have done a better job with some of the stuff further in the background, but this is my first time ever doing something along these lines. And you'll see something similar later on in the episode when we use the islands from Sonic Origins. But not quite to this extent, because this has like more moving parts in it. You see the little tiny vehicles on the roads there? It's the regular gun trucks and just a generic bunch of tanks that have all been shrunk down.
The white zone is for the immediate loading.
That's the voice of Tenjin, one of my friends from Twitch. She does a lot of streaming over there. You should give her a check if you can.
White zone is for
Okay, so the wisps. I wanted to show that the wisps actually work with just the Mobian type people, not with the humans. They don't trust the humans because their first experience of humanity was Eggman. Eggman was
How
kind
much
of a
longer
dick.
is this gonna take? I'm itching to get back out there.
Relax, Sonic. I'm finishing up right now.
Oh, we got Leslie doing the voice of Tails now.
Need some tea here.
That was a whole situation that went down behind the scenes I don't want to get into here.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Very
Now the
unfortunate
tornado and
situation,
the Miles
really.
Electric
But
are
Leslie does a
both
great job
coated
as
in
Tails.
antichronons. That should keep them
The
functioning.
thing
if
I
you
wanted
come
to do with the
across another
jumping
portal.
noises is all the cute
Well, at
characters
least
get
in
the
theory.
classic jumping noise, and
Hey,
everybody else
if
gets
you
the
came up with
modern
this
jumping
stuff,
noise.
I know for sure it'll work.
I thought that was pretty
Thanks,
funny.
Sonic. That means a lot, dude. Especially
That
since
handshake
I
was
was up all
kind of
night
hard to do.
watching
And
Sonic
there he
Fire
is,
making
there's
these
the
things.
boy! There's the boy! So any IDW Sonic fans are going to know this character. His name is Starline. He's a bad guy from the comics. Bit of an awful person, not going to lie. And here he's playing the role of Agent Stone, a GUN soldier who may have some ulterior motives of the kind of faces he pulls in this scene.
It was really, really.
Voiced by the ultimate voice actor, another person you should check out.
Don't worry, sweetie. I've got you.
Probably the cutest moments in the entire show so far.
So
Rivaled
this
only by
is your
Cream's Little
plan,
Dance in
Sonic?
episode 2.
I have to admit, it's a lot better than I
Oh,
expected.
get this out of here, reference.
Certainly puts the Freedom Stormer to shame.
Was there ever
Yeah,
a
you're probably never
doubt?
going to get to see the Freedom Stormer in the
Tornado's
show,
the
but at least
fastest
you're getting told
biplane
it
you're ever
exists,
gonna
right?
find.
Huh, boys and their toys.
So I
where's
tried
the
to add a
passenger
red glow
seats?
in this scene to
sorry
show the
to
light
bother
bouncing
you.
off of the tornado. I don't
I am
think I did a terrible job of it. You can kind of see it on Sonic CEO on the right there.
Whoa there, new guy.
I was just
Whatever
trying
she
new
wants with
environmental
you,
lights.
It's not gonna be necessary. We got
It
this.
might be a bit too bright, but I don't know.
What Sonic means
I kind of like it.
While we appreciate the offer, we're both much more comfortable with
Making
just
Sonic
the
crackers
two
knock.
of
I was
us.
going to put the cracking sound in there, but I didn't like the ones I had on file and didn't want to go searching for it.
Oh dear, I must apologize. I phrased that
So,
dreadfully.
Starline's dialogue is written purposefully awkward because he doesn't quite know how to interact with people on a way like a friendly way. So he's like
You won't
trying
be
his
getting
best
in
to
my way.
fit in and
I mean,
making himself look kind of
our way.
awkward.
Not at all, Mr. Hedgehog. You have my word.
Oh yeah, that trope
I
of
suppose
putting the
it
fingers
would.
behind you and crossing them when you're
It's
lying to
probably
people.
just
I
a
love that.
rule.
It's so dumb.
Like she has to have
You would
one of
see
those
someone do that in real life.
sudden capacity, and not just a couple freelancers like us.
Oh yeah, they're calling themselves
Man, I'll
freelancers.
never understand government types. All right, pal. Do whatever
You know there
gotta
was a
do.
whole
Just
meeting
keep your
off
distance,
screen
I guess.
where Sally just
You won't even know I'm
agreed to
searching
it and
for
Sonic
her.
was just nodding along.
Well,
Didn't want to
Not
listen.
until I, let you know when
Oh,
I
and
get
that body
where
that's,
it is.
that Starline's using is actually a shadow body I downloaded off of, I think, DeviantArt.
Whatever.
And that's why he has the
What was
backpack
that?
on to hide the shadow back
Static
spines.
electricity. I suppose you never know the moment. I must apologize again.
Don't worry about it, man. Not your fault.
Some of the eyelids are clipping in this scene. I didn't really notice while I was animating. It's unfortunate. I could have fixed it if I'd noticed, but I just forgot that that's a thing that happens in the renders.
You bet. But seriously, where's the passenger seat?
I love this joke. This is so dumb.
Yeah, about that.
Passenger seat joke. Oh, it's Sonic wearing the Max
Doing
from
okay
Sonic
back there,
Mania.
Sal?
I hate you! I hate you! I hate you!
So yeah, that's just a reference to the fact that he doesn't have a seatbelt back there, which he really should. And at some point after the intro, they just swap places. It's fine. I'm thinking I might change this intro now that I have a new Sonic Ops logo for the episode 6 onwards, sorry. It's got a few mistakes and things in it that I'd like to correct. I do like this shot though, so I probably will keep this bit. So yeah, this is basically the closest to filler that I think the show's ever gonna get. It's basically just an excuse to have Sally realize that she's not quite up to the task of fighting like Eggman and his giant robot machines and stuff. Basically setting in motion events that happen in the future that'll parallel Shade when she realizes that she needs to start fighting back as well. Basically two characters going through very similar arcs. Because believe it or not, I've actually had comments from people saying they don't like the way I depict Shade in the show, and I'm going to hopefully rectify that in the future as well. Shade's characters never made sense to me. Not in the original game anyway. Oh yeah, this has some blink and you'll miss it moments in it. A lot of the books in the background were done by SergeantMajorMario that I ported into SFM.
It's finally ready. My latest and greatest creation is finally complete. An unbeatable combination of my own incredible technology and some appropriate.
Yeah, there's one for instance.
From that oh-so-friendly echidna. Awake, my 8-girl toddler! Awake and destroy Sonic!
This music is taken from the Sonic Symphony. Really, really good remix of the boss theme for Sonic 1.
I will crush Sonic the Hedgehog and all who stand against the glory of Papa
So
Egg.
much like Eggman, Eggette moves quite a lot.
Yes!
Oh, I think I have to mute it here.
I installed this thing.
Yeah, I have to lower the volume here because the music that I used for Eggette is unfortunately getting copyright claimed, so I have to hide that. It's unfortunate, but we don't want everything that I upload with that music to get claims. I'm just going to lower it down. And there's some Mayor Burger references back there using eyes from Super Mario Odyssey.
Shut up before I hollow you out and use you as a paperweight.
Yeah. The Five Nights at Freddy's noise. I knew as soon as I was going to have him booper on the nose that was the noise I had to make. Also, I've got to change those Aperture Science logos back there. They're too noticeable. Got to put Eggman's actual logo on there. The Eggman OS. This was fun. This is like 5 or 6 different images just for that one shot where the email takes up the screen. I like how you can't quite tell what Eggette's doing back there until we focus on him in a moment. Yeah, Portal fans will realise that the inside of this workshop is just the inside of the elevator from Portal 1 or 2. I can't remember which one it was. But then you find out she's hammering it. I should have made that a Sonic, honestly. I really should have. Bit of a mistake on my part, but there you go. I think we can raise it up again. So yeah, these islands are ripped out of Sonic Origins. This shot and a different island shot later were both done by Shadow759. We tried to port those island models into SFM so I could do it, but there's too many textures on them that doesn't translate.
Not far now.
But he was kind enough to do for me. Oh, there's a blink and you'll miss a joke for you. See if I can get that.
Not far now.
Yeah, so look at this stuff. So we got Super Mario Jump Battle. We got Star Fox Delivery. This is a reference to IDW. They had a Star Fox logo that basically kind of looked like this, but I've had to draw it myself. Scurvy Bay, I guess Tails Pirates, a lot of movies. This is based on Scurvy Pirate Hog, you might know him from the Community. Zackify, based on my Sonic Forces OC. And Hedge Flicks. Oh, and Chili Dog Ninja, that was a fun one to do. I think that's clip art that I got off Google, I'm not sure. And then the Emerald Radar in the middle, because that's where her finger went. I had to do like 3 different versions of this sequence before I got the logo in the right spot for that one. Plus every episode seems to have the Metal Gear Solid alert noise in it. I love that tune, I love that noise.
Careful, Sonic.
Sonic legitimately almost falls off the plane right there.
I need to do this gently.
Because he's
Like
stupid.
heck you do. We got an emerald to find.
So yeah, Sonic takes his glasses off, but Sally's just disappear. This was one of the hardest sequences to do in the entire episode. This took months, not well enough time for me. Sonic 3D reference right here. This was fun to do, this bit. Just have this, the lighting set up for that.
Sal, you're missing out on how awesome I am.
Oh, there's an animation area here, look. See that in the middle? The 2 guys' ring thingies are coming off their bodies. Yeah, that's a mistake I didn't notice until it was finished rendering and didn't want to go back and render the whole sequence again for that. That's unfortunate. Sometimes things like that slip through and you just don't catch it. It's okay though. Surprised nobody in the comments ever mentioned it on it, actually. So that's the Pyro from Team Fortress 2 talking here. The MVM's voice lines. Oh, there they are. That's the okay, so these characters. These are called the Scramble Force. These are this is the first time Twitch chat has ever had a hand in writing an episode. A bunch of different people in the Twitch chat started making jokes about these guys because originally they were just like 6 egg pawns all in a line like this. And I think somebody, I don't remember who it was, made the idea that they're posing like Power Rangers, and then that just spawned the idea of turning them into like a Super Sentai team. They've all got names too. SergeantMajorMario came up with names for all of them, but we never got to use them in the episode. We were going to do a fake toy advert, but that seems to have been put on indefinite hiatus. I don't know if we'll ever get around to animating anything with that, but they all have names, and hopefully they'll come back in the future and actually do something. The strike graphic was Sergeant Major Mario's idea. Very funny gag. Ends up being a few people's favourite moment, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately. Still, maybe Eggy's hiding some kind of super badnik around here. That'd be fun.
Super Badnik, of course, being what Eggert turns out to be.
Eggman is looking for the emeralds.
I had a weird issue with this
Almost
scene.
constantly.
The models kept breaking. I think it's because this is done on the tail end of the fight, and SFM was just having problems.
Says it should be right here.
That's why they stay rooted in place and don't move around at all, because the models were just breaking anytime I did anything with them.
Oh! Good thing hedgehogs are burrowing animals.
I got what I needed out of it, but it was a real pain in the butt. Okay, there's another island from Sonic Origins that's been ripped out. Shit, this was the first scene I animated, I think. If not the very first scene, definitely one of the earliest ones.
I'm gonna get you some help. You're gonna be
I had to ask Galactic Cuisine, the voice actor for Knuckles, to just sort of improv the noises he makes in this scene. He's very hard to hear unless you have like I love how Eggman took the time to make these things scream at people. I would do the same. Oh yeah, and showing that she can actually fight. She's quite resilient, but she's very rusty when it comes to fighting. So she gets blindsided. Fortunately, her armor and wrist blades are very good at protecting her, so she doesn't get instantly vaporized. I don't know who they got to voice Big the Cat in this episode, but he does a terrible job.
Oh, I know him. What happened to Little Red?
Oh yeah, Big the Cat will just slap you in the face if you get in his way of something. Oh no. Don't worry. I know what to do.
Hey, put me down! Put me down!
Anyone
put
like
me
Shrek?
down! I will rock your
This is just a straight up rip off of Shrek. I don't even care. I thought it was funny. Although apparently screaming at the top of your lungs can be quite cathartic. There we go. This is Underground Zone. If you played Sonic 2 on the Game Gear, you know this zone. Is it weird that I got Sonic 2 and Sonic Chaos mixed up for years on the Game Gear?
There it is!
Oh, here we go. Another visual joke. This was not in the script at all. None of this stuff here was in the script. I just thought of putting this in while I was editing the actual episode together. He was just supposed to stand there and get like a score, and I thought, you know what, let's put some dumb stuff on the screen. So you get score for 2020, you get time, my watch is broken, I don't know what his ring count is because I'm not keeping track of that. He gets minus 100, so he ends up getting an E rank.
Oh my gosh.
That's ripped straight out of the original SA2 game, by the way.
It's the last thing you'll ever see before spending the rest of eternity as a battery.
Getting the blue light to follow Sally's hand there was very hard to do as well.
I was wondering when you'd show up. Sally, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Baldy McNosehair.
Ugh, that's not funny. It's never
I want to
been
point
funny,
out,
and it's never gonna be funny.
I wrote that line of dialogue before they put it in an official Sonic comic, by the way. Okay? I did not rip off IDW this time. They just happened to do the same thing I did, and then they did it faster than I did. So, yeah, I wanted to put that line in there for a while, and then they just did it in an actual comic. And I'm very annoyed by that, but at the same time, it's really cool that other people who like Sonic also like Team Force stuff. So, there you go.
I see no reason.
So here we go. Sally is assuming that Eggman has something to do with the portals, and Eggman is not correcting her because he doesn't give a shit.
Hand it over, and I promise I'll stuff you inside of one of my nice ones.
Sure, I'll give it to you. When you get a life.
What do you even want
That's a
it for
scathing
anyway?
remark,
Can't
Sally.
be bothered to dig up
That's a reference
giant
to the
ancient
original
god this
cartoon, by the
time?
way. She just said that once.
Shut up about that. The time for talking is over. It's time to crush pests. Hey, girl toddler, attack!
Hey, girl. What? That's a stupid name.
There's the music again. So yeah, Sally bangs her head real hard there and suffers no ill effects from it. That was hard to cover the fact he's not doing any damage to that structure at all. But I think we got around it. Oh, here she comes. Everyone's favourite pink hedgehog. It was important to get the silhouette because we started the scene with a silhouette, so it was only sensible to end the scene with a silhouette. So yeah, Sally realizes she can't really do anything here. She's just like separated and stuff. If Amy hadn't come along, she probably would have died. Voice crack, she would have died. Also, Sonic just punching a child in the face is funny to me. So yeah, it's not explicitly stated, but the energy abilities that Egghead has are based on the life draining qualities from the Echidna technology. I could have done a better job with that wave, honestly. That was not a good wave.
Thank you so much.
Have no fear. Amy Rose is here.
Nice
So this is the Sonic Forces Amy model
This is
that I'm
far
using.
from over, girls.
And the hammer is from Sonic X, I believe.
No way! I can't believe this.
Another
You've upgraded
SA1
that
dialogue
stupid
reference.
hammer of yours, haven't you?
You okay? Oh, sweet. Emerald.
So all those little like angry groans back there, they weren't part of the script either. I just had a bunch
I'll
of
handle
groaning
this
noises
mustache
from Donnie,
jerk.
and thought it'd be
Stay
funny
out
just
of the way if you can't
escalate
fight.
them in the background while he's doing that.
I want to help. There's gotta be something I can do.
So in this universe, everything that Sonic runs into, like object-wise, just seems to exist specifically for him. So it gets him stuff he needs. It was fun to have the skateboard. I want to bring that back again. It's a power-up you don't really see a lot of in Fast Versions. Mostly because it was classic Sonic that used it in the original. Yeah, getting up close is probably the worst mistake you could have made during this fight. So, this force field, you can just barely make it out. It's invisible in a lot of shots for some reason. It wasn't invisible while I was animating it, but in the final version, it's just like sort of hard to see. I gotta lower the volume again because of that music. But yeah, it is there. There's like a big red orb. It's the shield from the Engineer's Sentry in TF2. And here's Sonic just naming his enemies like the Ninja Turtles. They did that a lot in the 2012 cartoon. There's the medic trail as well. I managed to get that. It's just so that she was going to drag him, but her record's broken. I like how she T-poses every time she does anything robotic. That was funny. It's a time-saving measure for sure, but at the same time it's also really funny that the robot is just T-posing whenever she does computer stuff. Here we go. So this is based on the Egg Hornet from SA1, just him slamming into the ground.
We need to destroy that drill before he brings the whole place down on top of us.
No, that's exactly what
It was really difficult to get those spikes to land in a way that you could just barely tell there's nothing on the back of them.
See what I mean? I'll try to get his attention. Use that hammer of yours to bring more of these things down on
I can't remember any times in the original cartoon that Sally used the environment to her advantage, but I feel like she did. I don't know if anyone can remember that. It feels like something she did.
Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. Pass.
Hey, Eggman! Heads up!
Oh, come.
Is that? That was funny.
Where's my gun?
Oh yeah, he was gonna pull out a gun at one point in this, but I couldn't get one that fit his weird giant hand. So he never got to even hold it, unfortunately. I could have probably found one if I went looking for it, but it wasn't necessary for the scene. Because eventually he just has to make his escape, you know what I mean?
again for the save. Could have used someone like you back in Knothole.
Yeah, we could have. Thanks for ending that show before she got to do anything.
Before he gets himself into trouble.
You know Sonic too, huh?
I need to read the Archie comics at some point. I still haven't done it.
Tough girls, doesn't he?
I've looked at a lot of synopsis, like story synopses, and I've seen tons of pictures out of it, but I've never actually sat down and read the whole thing. And I really feel like I should, but it's been hard to find a way to do it. I did find one website, thanks to one of my voice actors, but it wasn't working on my iPad at the time and I forgot about it. Maybe now it's fresh in my mind, I'll remember to go back to that site on my computer and check there. See, whenever there's like a light thing behind it, you can see that the force field is there. But anytime there's something dark behind it, it disappears. I'm proud of the way I animated Eggman in this scene.
Cannot complete request.
What are you talking about, you stupid little gremlin? I told you to do something, so do it!
So yeah, Sonic's been having his life drained this entire time, so he's very tired. It's why he's limping at the end of the episode, because he's trying not to look tired, but he is. See, Eggman, if you were smart, you'd just crush his head right here, but you're not going to do that, are you? Because the bad guy never just kills the good guy when they have a chance to. Oh, this scene. This scene was so hard to write for. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. I got inspired by an episode of Doctor Who where Sarah Jane and Rose Tyler meet and they start off arguing and then start joking with each other, and that helped. But a lot of this back and forth was like tons and tons of... I would say the most work that went into the writing of this episode went into this dialogue here, and it was definitely one of the first things I animated because of it.
I don't want to bog you down with all this self-pity.
Hey now. What kind of talk
I always like to make sure Sally's tail is wagging when she's happy.
Help.
Also, it gets faster and faster over time.
Thank you. You know how you said Sonic is your true love?
Yeah.
Well,
That was a cute
my world
pose.
has its own Sonic too, and to be honest, he and I are kinda, sorta
Oh, I forgot to make the camera shake in this shot.
Oh.
Huh.
I get it.
Whoops.
Yeah. I guess it would be kind of.
You know what? It was getting kind of distracting anyway.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no. It's not that. I have no interest in this world, Sonic.
So yeah, just putting it out there bluntly, she is not interested. She just wants to go home.
Then why are you so upset?
Well, because from the moment I got here, I've been trying my best to fit in, you know? But I can't really fight.
It took a lot of work. I feel like I could have done a better job of this dialogue, honestly. I think it gets a bit ham-fisted at times.
Sonic? He just looks at me as a friend,
But
nothing more.
it is a lot to take in for the character to have this sort of stuff happen.
Most important person in your life.
Also, my favorite thing about this scene is how neither of them are reacting even slightly to the massive dips in like incline and speed and stuff.
Actually, yeah, I do. To be honest, Sonic and I aren't officially, together.
But you're not?
Oh, don't you worry. He'll come around. He's just a little shy.
So yeah, this was fun.
I did actually get him to agree to a date once.
Sonic and the Black Knight reference, baby.
He got transported.
So isn't there a theory going around that Sonic and the Black Knight doesn't actually happen and Sonic just lies to Amy at the end?
Oh, that is so like him. Never focusing when it's important. You know, this one time.
That'd be funny actually if they just revealed that that game never actually happened and it was all just one big lie.
Chili dog obsession. We ended up going to the completely wrong date.
So whenever Amy laughs, I'm just gonna make her eyes like split apart like
I
that.
can believe that.
I just think it looks goofy.
That boy can't keep his mind on anything else when he's hungry. Hey, does yours check his quills when he thinks no one's looking?
Yes. He even carries around a little.
I think Amy's head becomes
to
detached from her body at one point in this shot.
I'm always thinking.
I know her
you two
quills
wanna be
clip through
alone.
the track, not the track, the train. I did try my best to not let any of that stuff happen, but it just did. It's unfortunate.
Sonic! We gotta push the button on top of that thing and free Sonic!
Throw me.
What?
Throw me.
I wonder if Amy could have jumped it. She would have needed to get a running start, was the logic I was running with. Because Amy is strong enough to throw a person, I believe.
Crush her.
But she needs a running jump to get she needs a run to get a high jump.
Ready for round 2, egghead?
Okay, so you never see it, but there is actually a spring back there. I don't know why I bothered.
You'll be sorry.
I just did.
The 8-girl toddler isn't even updated yet, you blasted pest.
Papa, my name is Eggette now.
Ah, whatever.
Yeah, a bit of a rush job for the ending here, but the episode was reaching 30 minutes. It had to end eventually.
I've never seen you this worn out before.
It's funny, because when I started this episode, it was supposed to be shorter than the one that came before it.
Attacked me with its energy. I could feel my life force draining.
Life force, it's scientific.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll bounce back. Still got that emerald?
You know it.
Awesome! Great job, guys. I knew I could count on you.
Nothing to it but to do it.
So,
Another
now that we've got
another
one of the
SLAM
emeralds,
reference.
shall we stick together to go find
Okay,
Percy?
so how do you find a good reason to make a character not stick around when the plot would normally demand for them to be around?
I've been thinking about all the stuff that's going
Well, you
on.
give them something else to do.
Doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
So you see Sonic actually using his brain, which is something you don't get a lot of in Western Sonic media nowadays.
Be my sleeve this time, Sonic.
Normally everyone else thinks for him and he just goes and does stuff.
Then Tails says he got attacked by someone, but he didn't get abducted like I was about to.
Sure, if you want.
Yeah, some people think that moment is really funny.
Using this weird new tech
It was never meant to be funny, but there you go.
up everywhere? That's not like him at all.
That's true. Those portals are
So yeah, the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog had just come out. And there was this music that I really liked, so I thought, hey, let's put this in the episode.
Sonic, are you suggesting you think someone else is behind all this?
I think so, yeah. That's why I wanted to ask you to go to GUNHQ.
I gotta keep an eye on those eyelids in the future.
Mom's safe if something bad happens.
So yeah, you gotta get Amy out of the picture, because you can't have all these characters hanging out when you meet them all.
Make sure
So
you
let's
yell
get
at him
something
while
new.
I'm gone. Don't worry, Green. Fixes Amy is on.
I could have changed the color of that smoke cloud. I don't know why I
We
didn't.
should head back to the tornado. Let's go.
So, Sonic, when's the wedding?
Whoa, 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 what? There's no wedding.
Sally
What?
supports the ship.
Don't play dumb with me, Sonic the Hedgehog. I see the way you look at her.
What? I don't look at her in any special ways. You're crazy.
Yeah.
You love her.
It was fun animating this little back and forth.
Do I hear wedding bells?
No, you don't.
Sonic and Amy sitting in a tree. Kissing.
Stop.
You gotta end an episode where they just walk off together like friends like that. So yeah, all of the voice actors did a great job as always. And this is the first episode that has an end credit scene. I love how Agent Stone is in parentheses. Yeah, a lot of models and stuff go into these episodes. At this point, I'm just going through my list of models and stuff that I have and just writing them all down. Some of these things might not even be in the episode, but I'm just sticking them all in there to be sure. Hopefully I don't miss any. So yeah, episode 5. Not my favourite episode, to be honest. I still think episode 3 is my favourite so far. A lot of stuff was going down in real life that was just hampering the episode. That's why it took so long. Still dealing with the fallout from COVID in a few parts of my life, especially at work. Work was being insufferable. And just, you know, financial stuff that I won't go into. But yeah, I mean, it was hard to get it out, but it got done eventually. And I'm currently working on the script for episode 6. Shouldn't be too long before that hits the final production level and we can go on to animating it. And here we go.
The armor is intact, but the internals are all out of phase.
So this is a character called Dr. Zachary. He's a cyborg echidna from the British Sonic the Hedgehog comic.
How long will it take to fix?
Apparently Archie had a very similar echidna.
I'll have to take the entire helmet apart to rewire the internals. Could take at least a day.
Then begin immediately.
I'm not sure what to do with him, but I know I wanted to put the one from the British comic because obviously I'm British.
Sure to have made some progress by the time I'm done investigating my sister's laboratory.
The rumors, are they true? Has Procurator Shade truly betrayed us?
She no longer holds the title of Procurator. You would do well to keep that in mind, Doctor.
So yeah, this is the scene where Nicole gets just tricked. Thing is, Nicole was never really... I don't remember her ever dealing with anyone lying to her face in the old cartoon, so I don't know if she'd even understand that someone can lie to her. Now, I don't remember if this is how we did Nicole's voice in the previous episodes. It's been a while since I've watched them.
Unfortunately, no.
But I do like what we're doing with them
But I
now,
did
so
delay it
I think we might
considerably.
stick with that in the
Enough
future.
to continue our plans.
I'm sorry to hear that. Does this mean you can't take me to the surface to find Princess Sally?
Actually, no. I can take you to see her right now.
So the director's notes for this dialogue for Dusk here was obviously lying. No, it was either obviously lying or obviously up to something. I just like that. I just like how Evelyn knew exactly how to handle that. There were no notes whatsoever for the Dusk lines in this episode. So yeah, that's the episode. Hope you all enjoyed. And if you've got any questions, feel free to stick them in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next episode. So take care and goodbye.